Yesterday was housing, the day before was character creation, and now I've set my sights on Palia's Friendship and romance systems. This video is part of an inadvertent series that I've been making this week, looking at the gameplay systems that were shown and talked about in Singularity 6's gameplay reveal stream from last week. And I still want to look at skills, and the cash shop is possible, but I might not get to them because those are much harder videos to make. But yeah, now I'm done wasting your time. On to Palia's Friendship and Romance.
So I asked if we had different romanceable villagers that we can speak to in Killing a Village, and let's really get into this. How can I be friends with the folks I meet in Palia?
In Palia, there are 23 NPCs for us to meet and become friends with. Of this set of 23, a selection of the characters can also be romanced after reaching a certain level of friendship. These friendships may influence your understanding of the world, and the romance is basically currently limited to the early courtship stage of the relationship. And that's the extreme basics, but a few more details were released on the topic during the gameplay review. First, you can gain friendship with characters in two ways. You can either talk to them once every in-game day, so once an hour of real-life time, or you can give them a gift once per real-life day, with there being secret gifts that the characters love that you can discover through talking to them or their friends. Second, there are multiple ways to tell who is romanceable. During this conversation with Zeki, for example, if we take a close look around this spot, you'll notice that he has a friendship level of 1 and nothing else is on the screen. If we compare this with, let's say, Einar, because this is hilarious, we can see that there is a second romance level shown, and this will lead us into our romance controversy of the stream. But first, if you enjoy the content, consider following me over on my Twitch channel, where I will be actively streaming Palia as soon as I have access to the game. I also play a variety of games, mostly Nintendo games, but still. And I also talk about dumb stuff. Come on over. We have fun sometimes. Okay, what is that big controversy that I talked about? Well, let's roll the clip.
This is Kenyatta. She's the daughter of the mayor, and she's kind of a rebellious teenager. She's been given this job as a way to learn responsibility.
Now, is Kenyatta also a romanceable option? I have to ask. Her style is so cool.
She is, and she has a very fun romance plot.
I mentioned this in the housing video, but they really like to put their foot in their mouth. I just wonder if it tastes good or something? To put it very clearly, Kenyatta is not a teenager. She is, and always has been listed as a young adult. That said, if our lead narrative designer can't describe them succinctly without using the word teenager as a key point in their personality trait, is there really any actual difference here? With that said, there is an artistic distinction between the young adult and the teenagers in the game. If we compare Kenyatta to Najima, it's a bit easier to see. This all could have been solved before it was an issue if the team on stream actually thought about what they were going to say in their pre-recorded video. But they didn't, and this is the world that we live in. This does lead me to my first actual major concern with the romance system specifically. During the stream, we saw 17 of the 23 characters in the list and whether or not they were romanceable. The characters missing from the list were Badru, Neo, Najima, Reth, Sifu, and Tamala. Of these 17 that were shown, Einar, Hashian, Jel, Gina, Kenyatta, and Tish are all listed as romanceable. And of those missing, Najima's a teenager and was shown not to be romanceable, and the rest were just not shown. So if I put this list up, do you notice anything about it? I'll give you a hint. I'll just remove this one. If you said that all of the romanceable characters are relatively young, congratulations, you win. Why are there no options for people playing the game who may be older than, say, 25 and don't want to have a romanceable partner who doesn't feel way too young or immature for them? From what we know, Ashura, Hadari, and even potentially Sifu could all make sense as romanceable options for people who don't want to date somebody who feels like they just turned 18. I mean, sure, Sifu could still be romanceable, but judging from the rest of this list, age wasn't really a consideration. And that's my problem here. Who is the target audience for MMOs? I mean, most people who play them are in their upper 20s at a minimum, with a majority being, well, in their mid 30s. How do you not even give them an option? But I digress. Little factoid, did you know that you can romance more than one character, and if you do, they give you a pin that you can display? Did you know that you can have up to 2 of these pins? I'll let you draw your own conclusions on that, because I see the entire romance system as it's currently implemented as unfinished, since again, it only goes up to early courtship. But if this extends beyond here and closer to a marriage, it would be super easy to commit a Class D felony in Nevada within the game. Just saying, that's up to 4 years in prison. Okay, on to my last big issue. And if you watch the housing video, you know exactly what this one's going to be. That's right, time gating. I get it. In Stardew Valley, you can only give 2 gifts a week and talk to people once a day in order to gain, or I guess not lose, relationship with those characters. I know all this because I was a world record marriage speedrunner for all of like a day way back when in Stardew, and that's also the main reason that I can't really play Stardew Valley anymore. But this isn't about Stardew. Talking once an hour for some XP with a character isn't super terrible. But locking the gift system behind what's essentially a 24-hour timer, or if we convert this to in-game days, over 3 weeks of in-game time, is just bad. It becomes worse if there's ever actually gameplay locked behind increasing someone's friendship level, because then you're actively being punished for not playing the game daily to grind these friendships. But yeah, dead horse beating all of that stuff. My suggestion to fix it: make gift items a rarer breed so that it's harder to get them. But you don't gate them at all. By making the items harder, we encourage people to play the game to get them, and they can use them as they will. You can keep everything else the same with rotating weekly and daily stuff, but y'all encourage people to play the game. Why are we punishing people for playing the game? Okay, that's it. Those are the issues I have. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Please be respectful in the comments. If you agree, how would you fix the issue? And thanks for watching.